What is going on, guys? It's your boy Big Dylan and welcome back to another Destiny video. Now before we actually get into today's video, I just want to start off by saying thank you so much for 70 subscribers. I actually hit it yesterday and I think I'm actually currently at 74 subscribers now, so I just want to say a huge thanks for actually subscribing to the channel. Really does mean a lot to me. And anyway, let's get into today's video. So basically I'm going to be giving you guys one of my Sunbreaker Titan builds. This works really well in this week's weekly heroic strike playlist as of when I'm uploading this video. Starting from the grenade, we're going to be using Thermite grenade. I've actually made a video on these in the past. I will leave a link in the description if you want an in-depth video about these grenades. And as for the jump, I'm actually going to be using increased control. Now the exact same for this. If you don't know how to Titan skate, I'll actually leave another link in the description to my Titan skating video. Now for the super, we're using Forge Master. For the melee, the main thing is melting point. Basically it gives you and your team a damage buff when you melee an enemy. I'm going to be using Titan Codex 1, Explosive Pyra, so basically enemies felled by a hammer explode, chaining fiery damage to other enemies. Titan Codex 5 and Cauterize, enemies brought down by a fire, regenerate your health. Now let's get into the weapons and armor build that you're going to want to use. Now that we've got the skill tree out the way, guys, let's get into what you're actually going to want to use. Now personally, I like to use a hand cannon. The build in general, it's a very aggressive build. You know, it's all centered around actually getting your melee to proc on an enemy and getting the damage bonus for you and your teammates. So a hand cannon, in my opinion, is the better choice of primary because you're obviously close range, deals a lot more damage. Now for special, I like to use a shotgun. Pretty self-explanatory really. Shotguns, you know, in my opinion, get the job done the fastest and they're very, very effective, especially when you get that melting point to proc. Now for the heavy, I'm going to be using Galahorn. The reason for this is just because it's an easy-going weapon. Also, I'm actually using it in the solo burn heroic strikes this week, so it gets the job done very, very well. Now, as it goes for armor, the exotic armor piece that makes this all possible is the insurmountable skull fort. Basically, it gives you an additional melee charge. So you get 2 melees, which combines very well with melting point. So that gives you 2 chances to get, you know, a huge damage buff for you and your team. Now, as for intellect, discipline, and strength, get as much discipline and strength as possible. I was only able to achieve a tier 4 for discipline and strength, but if you can, try and get tier 5 discipline, tier 5 strength, if it is possible, and then just as much intellect as you can on top of that. But if you want to take this build one step further, guys, you could use the artifact where it completely removes your super and you get obviously better grenade and melee recharge. But anyway, let's get into showcasing the main important parts of the build off. So as you can see, just throwing my grenade down, just so basically you guys get an idea of what thermite grenades do. I didn't really place it that effectively, just basically to try and showcase the grenade. Obviously that it does like 4 blasts. Very good for spawn trapping enemies, as you can see on screen right now. I'm actually using it to my advantage to put in front of us enemy spawning point. So it just kills, you know, the low level trash mobs as they come out. You know, a bit more heavier health enemies like knights and captains will probably end up surviving, but it will eliminate the low level enemies. I put my super to very good use here. Obviously I was at lower health. I thought, you know, if I don't use it I'm going to die here, so I just ripped my super and just obviously regen my health using the Cauterize perk. Obviously here right now I used the Sunstrike melee as soon as Tanix actually spawned to get his health right down, so basically he despawns quicker. As you can see, he's already completely immune, and then that's that part of the strike completely over within a couple of seconds. Again, using my Sunstrike melee to my advantage, the main point of the build. As you can see, you get so much damage, like, for you and your team. It's just absolutely crazy, guys. Definitely the main point of this build is just to use your melees on bosses and major targets as much as you can. Just give you and your team the damage buff, and as soon as you've got it, it's absolutely insane. One thing I will say though, guys, is be very careful when you're actually using your melee. Right here, I absolutely failed so hard, it was unbelievable. I think I ended up dying twice attempting to try and actually go up and melee this guy. So you've got to be very careful, especially because it's solo burn in the heroics this week. Be extra careful when you're actually trying to go up and get the melee guys. But anyway, just want to say again guys, thank you so much for everyone that's subscribed to the channel recently. It really does mean a lot to me. Thank you so much, and be sure to smash the like button guys if you want more build videos. Comment any build video ideas down below. What do you want to see next? Do you want another Warlock build, Hunter build, or another Titan build? Just let me know down in the comments below guys. Be sure, if you're new, to subscribe to the channel for future build videos, guides, tips and tricks. I do upload every single day and it is mainly Destiny. So thank you so much for watching guys, and peace.